podcast, Fierce and Feminine. Here we are back again. And let me tell you guys that today we have an amazing guest with us. And I know I say this all the time, but wait till you hear this woman's story. We have definitely been sharing with you different stories along the last 8 weeks throughout this Fierce and Feminine challenge. For those of you that don't know, we host 8-week challenges where we work on our fitness, on our nutrition, and truly learning on how to learn this self-love thing, right? Empowering ourselves to become the best version of ourselves. And so we had a mini competition internally inside of the 8 weeks. And I am so delighted to have this woman here because let me tell you that she started just now in June of 2023. That was her very first challenge. And she ended up winning second place in her first 21-day challenge. She got amazing results. So she decided to go back in and started in July for our 8-week challenge. And in these mini challenges that we have internally, on the halfway mark, she actually won first place for our transformation challenge. And then last month, she took second place. So it's been an incredible 3 months for this amazing woman. And, you know, the moment that she starts talking, it's just so much light and fun and positivity. And so we're so excited to have you here, Miss Michelle Guzman, all the way from Edinburgh, Texas.
Thank you, Jerry.
How do you feel, Michelle?
I feel amazing. I love the support that I've been getting. It's been helping me a lot. The motivation, staying on track, keeping accountable for myself through the chats. You know, it's just been such an amazing experience, and I really feel so good about myself.
Let me tell you guys that Michelle is a client, right? She's a loyal client inside of our challenge. And so, Michelle, is this your very first podcast?
Yes, I'm so excited too because I was like, I want to be on the podcast. And look at me, I'm on the podcast.
Yes, so we promoted it and she won her opportunity to share her story. And I think that's the beautiful thing, Michelle, that, you know, behind our community, there's so many women. There's so many stories. Yes, you know, our coaches are amazing, admirable, and on their own personal journey. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're all women, right?
Yes, right.
And we're all, you know, going through this process of, you know, being the best version of ourselves. And so you have a personal story yourself that you're going to share. And I can't wait for everyone to truly listen, you know, to what you've done with yourself for the last 3 months, but also what rooted that, right?
Right.
What rooted that.
Right.
So, you know, let's go back a couple months, like, I don't know, March, April, beginning of the year. You know, where was Michelle? How did she feel? You know, how did this come up where you were like, I need to get started. I need to do something?
Yes. So, you know, I started thinking to myself, you know, a couple months back, like, hey, you know, actually maybe like a couple years back, you know, that I needed to start working on myself, right? But then, you know, life gets in the way, you know, we have our children or, you know, stuff like that. But being my story, back in 2020, my child was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So, you know, we didn't know what to do. It was during COVID, you know, and COVID was a very hard time for everyone, right? So being that said, there was no time for myself anymore. It was 24/7 management, you know, counting carbs, giving insulin corrections, you know, being a mommy zombie, you know, staying up, you know, for 3 hours in the night. You see a blood sugar of 300. You don't want him to go to sleep. You don't want to go to sleep. You know, you need to correct and just wait. Or maybe having a low blood sugar, like, oh my gosh, he needs to stay awake for 15 minutes, you know, like, you know, the toll that it took on me as a mother and, you know, the toll that it took on my son as a child. He was only 3, right? You know, fast forward, we're going into 3 years and, you know, we're thinking like, wow, you know, like I remember day one, you know, being like, how are we going to get through this, right? Yes. So then after that, I started telling myself like, there's no time for Michelle, right? Like, I knew one day that I was going to get back on track, with my own self, my own self-love. I think it didn't dawn on me until like I started seeing my son take on his own challenges in life, right?
Yeah.
He's dealing with this, we don't know how he feels. We don't have type 1. It doesn't run in our family. So then I said, you know what, if he can challenge himself, to be okay with it, go to school, be proud of his devices. He loves his devices, his robotic devices, right? He loves them. Then you know what? Mom's going to have to make some changes as well, because our kids see us, they learn from us, as parent, from our perspective of things, right? So I just started, you know what? That's it. I saw the gallons going. I saw, Selena with the gallons, and I said, I need to. So I got on the gallons, and then from there, I said, you know what, this I feel amazing. Like, I'm losing inches, I'm losing weight. Let me just start refocusing on myself, So from there, it just started with that challenge, and I couldn't stop.
Wow, that is awesome. And so you said a couple things that I want to go back. Okay, let's go back a little bit. So the first thing was that you said that your son, obviously, wow, incredible. Like, he was only 3 years old. So very dependent, right? Very dependent. Right. So what is, for everybody that's listening, we hear diabetes a lot, right?
Right.
But, there's different types. So you said specifically that your son got type 1 diabetes. What is type 1 diabetes?
Type 1 diabetes is where the pancreas just completely stops working. There is no insulin at all. A lot of people think, oh, he can't eat sugar, but actually he needs the sugar and the carbs to survive, right? He fights for his life every day. So,
okay, awesome. So type 1 diabetes, 3 years old. What was your reaction, right? Because I think one of the things that creates this domino effect, it's like cause and effect, right? Like, something happened and now I'm here, right?
Right.
Something happened and now Michelle's here, feeling overwhelmed, overweight, tired, exhausted.
Yes.
All those things.
Yes.
So what caused it, right? Because maybe, your son, obviously, they tell you he has type 1 diabetes, all that. Somebody else could say, someone got cancer in their family, their spouse, their sister, their brother, their sibling, whoever, right? And so I truly believe it's like your reaction when a loved one gets diagnosed. Like, what was that reaction for you?
So my reaction for me was going in with faith, having the faith that he's going to be okay. We're going to make it through this. Just seeing, though, the symptoms of him being really skinny. He was bedwetting all the time. I did thirsty and all that. And when I first saw him and I saw his ribs, I was like, wow, okay, something is definitely wrong here, right? So then we take him to the hospital. He's in DKA. Ketoacidosis, right? Blood sugar 700, A1C about almost a 10, right? And not many people, there's been stories that you hear that my son didn't make it, right? So going in there, my reaction was like, I thank God every day that my son made it. I never once questioned why him. I just kept the faith going, My son's reaction, on the other hand, was, why did God give me type 1 diabetes? And you're just like, whoa, okay. So I explained to him, because he knew you were brave enough and strong enough to handle this. All of us, all of us going into this, and it was hard with my husband. He was not able to go to the hospital. So that was even harder. They told us, you're not going to leave the hospital until you know what's happening to your son. It wasn't until the very last day that I was like, okay, what's happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you go home and your son's like, wait, why am I getting shots? This isn't over, And all of a sudden, it just started coming natural to us, So our reaction, thinking the first day, how are we going to make it through a whole year? We made it. It worked 3 years in, and it's just been a blessing.
Now it's a part of
our life. Yeah. You work it in. You have to.
You have to. Yes.
Have to.
This girl's energy is level 20, you guys. So Mombi Zombie, you said that too. What is that, girl?
Mombi Zombie is when you do not sleep because you're watching your son's blood sugar all night, making sure that he doesn't have a seizure, making sure that he doesn't fall into a coma, making sure, and then you're there all night watching it, and then you're like, all right, I gotta go to work. So mom be zombie, as our type 1 moms, our little thing we say is because you don't sleep, now. Yeah, you know what I mean? But there's still some days and nights where
that was
it's
at
like,
the beginning.
that
right?
was at the beginning. Yes.
You were freaking out.
Freaking out. Like, why do we have to keep him awake? Why, I mean, he literally would, you know what? He was actually a little zombie himself too, because we would wake him up so he could eat something, but we would give him like pouches, but he would be chewing it. Like, no, it's juice, it's this, you know what I'm saying? So he went through all that too. So, it took a lot on us, but I'm just very, I'm very blessed, that not that type 1 diabetes came into our life, but I'm very blessed that, that we have been through challenges that are making us be the person who we are today, making me be the mom that I am, making me, my purpose in life. Sometimes we don't know what it is, right? Until something can happen, right? And then
here you are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Now I'm here.
Yes.
Like, I am here, and I am excited about it,
because everybody has this story, right? We're going through a journey of life, and it's truly how we handle those situations that make us or break us.
Exactly. So it's like diabetes is going to make you or it's going to break you. You choose it. You choose it. We have to be strong for our children, even if they're not diabetic, or even if we have to be strong for them, that way they can know that they're going to be strong in their own journey, because he is on his journey as well,
And now that you're on your personal journey, right? Because it's like you worked with him 3 years.
Yes.
You felt a little bit like, okay, it's time.
It's time. Yes.
And now you're here. And so, I mean, already you have that strength because you were practicing it.
Exactly. We were practicing it. And then I got pregnant. So imagine a crying baby and then fixing sugars at night. We were...
Wow. In between these 3 years?
In between these 3 years, yes. So it was like, oh my goodness, here we go. We're not only waking up to Dexcom alarms, beep, 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 all those noises, phones and device, but we're waking up to a crying baby now, right? So I was like, oh my goodness, but we did it with my husband, he's been the big support also with this. He was more with the baby while I was with Logan. We had to separate ourselves. Okay, you have the baby and I got Logan at night, right? And it worked. We became a team, and we're all a team, and it's been a blessing.
That is great. So now, how old is your baby?
My daughter?
Yes.
My daughter, she is 2.
Okay. So you have a 6-year-old?
Yes, he'll be 7.
He'll be 7. Okay. You have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Yes.
Okay, Michelle. So, for everybody watching here, right? Michelle is, truly sharing with us so much inspiration on, whatever situation that is. We have to come at it with faith, right?
Yes.
And obviously create that support system and teamwork so you could make it happen.
Exactly,
right? The moment that you decided to start on your transformation journey, like, did you share with your husband what happened? Because obviously eating habits change. All
definitely,
of those things. So
definitely.
What did Michelle do?
So what I did is, I did listen to my husband, because he was like, he was, always trying to root me up, pick me up, come on, let's go to the gym together. He's always been in the gym.
Okay.
That's always been him, right? But I just felt like as a mom, I needed to take care of things still in the house. But then I said, you know what? That's it. I need to stop eating. And he's like, your eating habits are bad.
Wow.
I was like, but I still feel pregnant. I'm still going through postpartum, right? So, and he goes, it starts from there, and it does. It actually does. It's the eating, the eating. I mean, if you're eating bad and you're not, how can you work on yourself but still be eating bad, right? You have to change your habits. So I started changing my habits little by little. And then, like I said, I need to join a challenge. I need to get into this. The results are amazing from what I've seen. I've seen people, go, grow within, this business, or, as a client, turn into a distributor. And it's just brought so many future details to my mind of
Yeah.
what, hey, let me start this and let's get it going and see where it goes.
And how did you meet Selena? Did you see her on social media? Is she a longtime friend? Like,
yes, she's a longtime friend, actually, about 20 years.
Okay.
Yes. So when I've seen her, make her moves. She's very inspiring. She motivates. She's a very hard worker. She's she's a boss lady, right?
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to go with her, So when she started with the gallons, when I saw it, that's when I decided, hey, let's do
ready.
that. I'm ready, right? So she was like, okay. She was messaging me, how do you feel? And I was like, I feel amazing. Like, oh my gosh, I have this energy. Like, okay, like, yeah, I might have been up, but hey, let me drink a tea and I'm still going. Like, you know. So it started from there, and then she asked me about the 21-day challenge, and I said, let's do it. And I was very happy with the results. Like, I was
inside
so
of the
happy.
21-day challenge, right? Like, there's a lot of people listening right now that are currently in their challenge or maybe thinking of joining a challenge. They're inside of these 8 weeks. They're working on themselves. Everybody has highs and lows. And inside of the 21 days or throughout these 3 months, what have you constantly told yourself to make yourself a priority and not let go? Because, you want second, first, second. For all it's worth, you could have been like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
But you're not, right? Like,
right.
What is it that you're constantly telling yourself from month 1, month 2, month 3? Like, what does Michelle tell herself? How do you talk to yourself to continue getting up and doing the best that you can every
I tell
day?
myself, get up. Get up. That's what I tell myself. In my mind, I tell myself, you want this, get up. If you don't get up, you're going to stay like this. And I don't want that again, right? I don't want that again. So I told myself, get up, Yes, things get in the way, right? But no, my motivation and my mind tells me, like, just get up and do it. And you feel better. If you get up and you go put in the work, you're like, I did it. You know what I mean? Now I can go home, drink a shake, and, start my day. Because then you're just lagging throughout the day, right? If you don't listen to yourself to get up and do something, So
Yeah, the negative self-talk.
Yeah,
just
exactly. You have to keep that positive mindset, because then you're not going to get anywhere.
And so, okay, so now total 3 months, you guys, June to August, total of 22 pounds lost. It's incredible. I want you to think, like, what would happen to me if from September to November I lose 22 pounds? Like, what can happen to people, right? That put themselves in the perspective, like, the year is not over.
It's not.
And I could still work on becoming the best version of myself. So inside of these 8 weeks, we called it Fierce and Feminine. Okay. So what would you say are your most fierce traits and feminine traits? Like, have you always been somebody that is like super girly, excited about, the parties, the challenge, a social, or what is it about you that you feel that you brought out more of because of your transformation?
Yes. So because of this, right, I'm going to tell you, I have always been girly. I had always been outgoing and everything like that. Very social until that lump came in, right, with my son. I stopped social. I was just feeling depressed and all of that, right? Now it's like I'm finding myself again, and I'm becoming that person that I used to be. Like, the parties. Oh, I had so much fun. It was an amazing experience. I'm like, I'm getting this fierce back up right out of me again. I'm going to be feminine. I'm going to do this, I was always like, oh my goodness, like, I don't know if I can wear that, I wore that in my 20s, but I don't know about my 40s, right?
Yeah.
I'm a mom now, right? But I said, you know what? I can wear that. You can still wear that and be a mom and still look good.
You'd be those women that would judge people like, what is she wearing? Like, she's a mom.
Yeah, like, why is she posting that, But I get it now, I see it. It's the confidence in yourself as a woman, right? I'm not going to let anybody tell me, oh, you were 20 when you did. No, but I can be 40 and still do it and be a mom, right? So that has been something like I've broken out of my shell. Like, I mean, my submission videos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy something smaller. I'm going to submit this video, right?
Yeah. So,
Like,
okay,
it's
the
been
first
so
video, what did you
cool.
submit?
I know, like just shorts.
Shorts? Yeah,
that was
because
shorts because I was like, I don't know. I was still like, you
Yeah.
know, feeling uncomfortable
Very.
with myself.
Yes. And it's normal, you know, when you get started, so many times people don't want to submit their before videos because they feel like, damn, but that is
Yeah.
what made it.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, you know, one day I'm gonna submit a video like Jerry. I'm gonna get there. I'm like,
You'll be in a
I'm
thong
gonna
very
be in a
soon.
thong very soon. I was like, I'm gonna get there, you know.
Yeah.
And this is the crazy thing too. Like when I had submitted my last video, right? I was like feeling a little, you know, like and I was like, I just felt like it's good. I look amazing, but in my mind, I'm like, it could be better, right? So I'm like, let's do the peach booty bombshell challenge
Yeah.
now, and let's get there, right?
Yeah, and it's about always putting yourself a deadline. Like that's
Yeah.
what you do when you enter a challenge. When you enter a challenge, you set a start date.
Exactly.
Like when does it start? On the first. Okay. I'm gonna do this, right? So it creates this initiative for you to say like, okay, I have a start date, and then it also has a deadline.
Yes.
So by you having a deadline, it allows you to be like
Let me go twice in the gym.
yes. You have a sense of urgency.
Yes, you do. You do.
And so many times there's a quote that says like without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value.
Yeah,
So
that's a
I'll
good
do it
quote,
later.
yes.
I'll do it later. It later never comes.
I
and
agree.
so you have accomplished this through the last 3 months by setting deadlines, entering challenges
Yes.
that are going to push you past your comfort
yeah.
zone. You've done things that are out of your comfort zone, like submitting videos in
Yeah.
sports bras and shorts.
Oh yeah,
you know?
going to the gym in a two-piece. No,
Girl.
you would have never catch me going in there. I was just like, wow, like yeah, that confidence.
Wow.
Yes.
So how would you dress before to the gym?
A t-shirt and pants. Like now I'm like in shorts, matching. I'm on Shein buying matching outfits, doing all these, you know, things that like I'm happy to be doing. You
That
know?
is so awesome.
Yes.
So we have our next 8-week experience coming up, right? Team Beauty Experience happening San Antonio on the 23rd, McAllen on the 30th. And so the theme is fierce and feminine.
Woo!
And we got our what is it called? Motorcycle vibe coming through. So tell us, Michelle, what are you going to wear to this?
Ooh, okay, well, I'm going to wear a hot red, nice. I'm showing off the legs.
Okay.
I'm showing off the girls, you know. Super cute, high leather boots, right? I've never owned a pair.
Okay.
So it's going to be my first time owning a pair like that, especially an outfit like this, right? I think the last time like I brought to you 20 years ago when I was 20.
Oh, wow.
But no, the outfit is going to look super amazing. I'm feeling super confident. I can't wait. I just can't wait to get on there and look hot and sexy, you know, and be like, I'm posting this and I don't care what anybody says.
I don't care what the old me.
I don't care what the old me says.
Yeah.
Like, this is hot and fly. Yes.
Yes.
So
I'm all about that, Michelle. And so excited. You know,
Thank
you
you.
bring so much fire, so much vibrance, so much energy, so much positivity. And, you know, one last question for you
Yes.
is, what would you tell her today? What would you tell her, knowing who you are today, what you've accomplished, what you've gotten through, you know, Michelle 3-4 years ago, like, what would you tell that Michelle today?
I would tell that, Michelle, you are brave. You are more than what you think you are. You know, you are brilliant. You're vibrant. I mean, you always make people smile, you know, just the way you interact with people, you know, you're kind, self-care, everything, you know, I would have told her like, let's go, you know, but now I am, you know, I don't lose the faith. I don't lose the motivation. I'm not losing the confidence, but now it's just like, you look back at yourself and you're like, wow, like we did this, and you know what? And I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going.
Yes. You know? So excited. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for coming on here, taking the time out of your day, sharing your story. I know there's going to be many, many women that are going to relate with you, that are going to be excited about seeing you at the experience. And most importantly, you know, that you've inspired them to keep on going and to not give up.
Yes, not give up. That's the thing right there. Motivation is key. Confidence. We got it.
Yes,
we got it. This. That's why we're all here together. You know, we got each other.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to tag us on Instagram at Team Video Official right after you have watched this YouTube video. Let us know what you thought. Let Michelle know what you thought. And we can't wait to see you at our Fierce and Feminine experience.
See you there.